Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned.
Miracle Boy Boxing. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, guys. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Never disappoint. Or Puerto Rico versus Mexico, however you want to put it. These two countries, anytime they step into a boxing ring, it's fireworks. It's a matchup that rarely disappoints. Once you hear Mexico, Puerto Rico versus Mexico, it's time to sit your butt down and watch this fight because you're gonna miss some action. And Yankiel Rivera versus Andy Dominguez did not disappoint. I said it coming into this card days before when I made the video that this fight was gonna be the fight of the night. And so said, so done. It was. It was the best fight of the night. These two guys went in there and put on a tremendous fight and put their countries on the map in a tremendous way, man. Even though one came out the winner and one came out the loser, both these guys gain more fans for sure, man. This was a tremendous fight. It lived up to the hype. Not much fights lived up to the hype when it's a good fight on paper, and it did. Not only it lived up on paper, but it lived up in the ring. Yankiel with the tremendous footwork, the boxing IQ, the ring generalship, the skills, the pot shots, the punch placements, everything that I said that was going to happen, Yankiel did it and more. Busting up Andy Dominguez. Dominguez coming forward, trying to land that crushing right hand, the punching power, left hooks, everything. Coming in, Andy was the pressure fighter, the harder puncher, the stronger guy, in my opinion. Yankiel, the better skill fighter, decent pop. He could not afford to make any mistakes. I said it. These two guys cannot afford to make any mistakes in this fight. And Yankiel, for the performance that he put in the boxing clinic, busting up Andy Dominguez, both eyes nearly swollen shut. He got careless and got caught. Like I said, he could not afford to make a mistake, and he did, and he paid for it by eating a crushing looping right hand on the chin from Andy Dominguez, and that changed the fight in that 9th round, man. Buckled. Yankiel was providing and showing a salsa dance lesson to Andy Dominguez. But Andy Dominguez, after he landed that right hand, returned the favor and was showing Yankiel how salsa is really done, because Yankiel started a dance for us right after that right hand. He was hurt. He was all over the place holding on. After displaying a dazzling display of boxing skills for 8.5 rounds, Andy all busted up and stuff comes back after landing that crushing right hand and almost won the fight by stoppage. It would have been one of the most gutsy comeback of the year type of performance of the year. The year just started, but it would have been like it would have been a top runner for comeback of the year. Yankiel, the chin did not stood up to that right hand. He was really hurt, but the heart did, and he held and held and held, and when he couldn't hold no more, he said, "Let's do this thing." Started letting his hands go. "You want to fight, Andy? Let's fight. Let's go toe to toe." He started pushing Andy back with his punches, keeping him off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Standing his ground with Andy, showing his cojones. I want this as bad as you want it too, so we're doing this. And man, both guys were going at it. That 9th round was like a round of the year candidate, actually, in my opinion. It is round of the year candidate. You got Yankiel boxing Andy's ears off until he got caught, got hurt, holding, and then both guys just went at it toe to toe. Yankiel standing his ground. So Andy was getting outboxed in the 9th round. He caught Yankiel with the crushing right hand. Yankiel gets tremendously hurt. Then he comes back and pushes back Andy with punches and stands his ground. So both guys did like a comeback in that same very round. And then the 10th round, both guys were going at it again. Nothing like the 9th round, but it was a pretty good competitive round. The whole fight was very good. It lived up. Even though the majority of the rounds, Yankiel won it by outboxing Andy. But Andy never let up. He never gave up. He almost won the fight by knockout in the 9th round after getting outboxed the majority of the fight. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yankiel Rivera scoring a tremendous win, keeping his undefeated record. And on paper, this fight was even. The weights were the same. The age were the same. The height were the same. The only difference is Andy had a little bit more fight experience, had a little bit more fights than Yankiel. But Yankiel with the amateur pedigree, the Olympian, all that jazz, played a major factor too, because if Yankiel didn't have the skill that he has, he would have been in some serious problems. Probably been knocked out already. But the skills of Yankiel helped him. I told y'all in my video that only way Yankiel can actually win this fight if he uses his talent, his foot, his angles, his boxing skills to get him out of harm's way as much as possible. Because Andy's gonna keep coming. He's strong. He can punch, and Yankiel cannot take his punches repeatedly. He's gonna get hurt, and we all saw it. Yankiel Rivera with a tremendous win. That was a pretty good win. That was a pretty good win. His best win of his career so far in pro. Andy will learn from this. This is not the end for him at all. This is not the end for him at all. He'll be back. This fight was a toss-up. Anything could have happened. Any of these two guys had a chance to win this fight. As we all saw it, Yankiel almost got stopped. But the heart and the skills, Yankiel using his talent and boxing skills to get him out of trouble after recovering from that 9th round. Even at the end of the 9th round, when he stood his ground, he used his boxing skills to get him out of trouble. Because if he continued to stand there, if he continued to stood there, he would have been on his back, and I don't know if he would have gotten up. But there you have it. Yankiel beating Andy Dominguez by decision, unanimous decision in a highly competitive fight. And Mexico, Puerto Rico, man. Puerto Rico versus Mexico. It did not disappoint. Another chapter has been written, and Puerto Rico has gained this one. Yankiel Rivera defeating Andy Dominguez from Mexico. This is your host, Miracle Boy Boxing. I'm your host, Hosting Cruz. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. Peace.